Hi all, welcome to Kothait channel. In this video, we are going to create a machine learning model to do the sentimental analysis on movie reviews. So before going into the main details, let's look into the final output of the project, how it looks. Really good and performances are great. So it's considered as a positive review, okay? And when I change this one to really boring and performances are awful. So it considered as a negative review. So our model is predicting the values properly. So whenever we enter any review, so it is predicting whether it is a positive review or negative review. Let's dive into the video. First things first, let's understand what is meant by sentiment analysis. Sentiment analysis is we have to decode the tone of the user behind his review about that particular product or a movie. So sentiment analysis looks at the emotion expressed in a text. It is commonly used to analyze the customer feedback, survey responses, and product reviews. So here we are going to build a machine learning model to identify whether that particular movie review is positive or negative about the movie. Okay, so let's dive into the details. First, we would need the data. So I have the data set of 1000 movie reviews. We are ready with the data. Now the next process is pre-processing the data. So we have the data, so we need to do the pre-processing. Pre-processing in the sense we have to clean up the data. If there are any unnecessary and unwanted or missing data is there, we have to do the pre-processing of the data. So once the data is pre-processed, then we'll be creating a model. So here we are going to create the model. So the model which we are going to create here is logistic regression. Logistic regression is a statistical analysis method to predict a binary outcome such as yes or no based on the prior observations of a data set. So logistic regression will say that it will classify the data whether it is a positive or negative. So that's the reason we are going with the logistic regression model here. So once we create the model here, then we have to train that model with the pre-processed data. 80% of the data, pre-processed data, will be used to train the model, and remaining 20% of the data will be used to test the model. So once we are satisfied with the evaluation of the model in the testing phase, so we are going to save that model and then we'll be deploying it as a final web application as we have shown in the earlier. What are the tools which are required to create this machine learning model? The first one is NLTK, so which is a Python library which is used for the natural language processing. And next one is the scikit-learn, so which is a Python library which will be having this logistic regression model. And third one is word cloud. So what exactly word cloud Python library does is it will draw a graphical representation of the words in that particular document. And matplotlib is used to draw the charts. And NumPy and Pandas, as you know, that these are the libraries which will be commonly used in the machine learning projects. And final one is the Streamlit. So Streamlit will be used to deploy these machine learning models as a web applications. Let's dive into the coding. Let me open my Jupyter lab. Okay, my Jupyter lab is up and running. Now let's get started. Let's import the necessary libraries. Import pandas spd and import matplot library dot pyplot as plot. And we have pandas, we have matplotlib. Import natural language toolkit. So here we are using NLTK to get the stop words. Okay, so if you haven't installed all these libraries, just open your command prompt, type in pip install NLTK and matplotlib and Streamlit, and which we are using word cloud as well, right? So word cloud. So just press enter. So all these necessary libraries will be getting installed in your system. I already have all these libraries installed in my system, so I don't want to download them. And if you are using first time for the NLTK, you may have to download those stopwords package from the one-time process. So just type NLTK dot download of for the stopwords. So the stopwords will be downloaded into nltk dot corpus. Okay, I'm importing those stop words from here which we are downloading in the above statement. Okay, see here, so downloading package to stop words, so package stop words is already up to date. Okay, so I'm removing that so we don't have to run it every time. We are good now. Okay, now let's take the data, movie review data set, right? Data is equals to pd dot read underscore csv of this copy, sorry, copy path and pasting it here. Okay, now we have the data. So here is the data. So data is having 1000 rows. Here we have two columns. One is text, which is nothing but the review of the movie, and the next one is sentiment. We have negative and positive ones over here. So what I'm going to do here is, let's check the how many negative comments are there, how many positive reviews are there. So data of sentiment dot value counts. So we have 50 negative reviews and 50 positive reviews. So this is a balanced data set. Okay, we are good now. So now what I'm going to do is, let me just check, delete if there are any duplicate records are there. Okay, dot drop duplicate records, or if there are any missing values. Okay, drop any in place is equals to true, just doing that. And let me print the data again. So we have 1000 rows, so we don't have any missing values, we don't have any duplicate reviews, so now we are good. So now what I'm going to do is, let's do some cleanup in the text. So we might be having some kind of stop words will be there, right? So which are not going to give the much context about the data. Okay, so let's remove those stop words from here. Okay, and let's create a function definition of clean a review. Okay, passing the review as argument for this function. Okay, what it does is string is equals to space dot join word for word in review. Okay, if review in review dot split it up. Okay, review dot if word dot lower not in stop words dot words in English. Return stl. So what we are doing is, we are checking each and every word in this review, we are splitting it up, and then we are converting it into lowercase, and we are checking that lowercase word should not be part of the stop words in English language. Okay, that is the cleanup we are applying here. So now let's apply to the entire data. Data of text, right? Data of text is equals to data of text dot apply clean underscore review. Okay, press enter. So it is running now, cleaning operation is running now, and once the cleanup operation gets completed, and we'll see the data. It takes some time, as it is having a huge 1000 reviews are there, right? So each and every review will be like a lengthy one, right? So it has to go to that each and every word in that particular review, and it has to do the cleanup, whether it is part of the stop words in English or not. Okay, and here next part we are going to do is create a word cloud. Word cloud, what exactly it does is, it will print all the words in the document in a image. Okay, but it will not print all the words in the document in a similar size. Okay, it will vary the print it in a different sizes based upon the number of times that particular word has been repeated in the document. So if the font is little bit higher, then that means that word has been repeated more number of times in the document. If the font size of that particular word is little bit less, then that means that word has been repeated less number of times in that particular document. So now let's do the word cloud for the negative sentiment records. Okay, I would like to see that how the words in the negative comments reviews will looks like. Here I'm going to, let's see for the negative reviews what kind of words that they have been used in the negative reviews, and we'll next time we'll see the what kind of words that they have been used in the positive reviews. Okay, let's get started. Let's import the necessary libraries first. Okay, from word cloud import word cloud. Okay, I'm just importing it, and let's draw the word cloud here. Okay, draw word cloud. First, take all the words in the negative reviews. Okay, reviews equals to join word for word in data of text and data of sentiment equals to negative sentiment, right? So I'd like to see the negative reviews, what kind of words that we could see. Okay, dot as type of string. Okay, here if you see here we are taking each and every word and then in the reviews, so where the negative sentiment is equals to, where the sentiment is equals to negative. Okay, so we are taking all the words in the negative reviews. Okay, and let's create a object for the word cloud. Word cloud is equals to word cloud of, and height is equals to 600, and width is equals to 1000, and maximum font size is equals to 100. So the most number of times a word has been repeated, it will print in the font size with 100. Okay, and reviews, we have taken all the words in the negative sentiment words, and word cloud we have created an object. Now let's draw it with the matplotlib. Now let's draw it with the matplotlib library. For that one, what I'm going to do is plot the figure and fixed size is equals to 10 comma 15 comma 12. Okay, and plot dot show. Okay, we are going to do is word cloud dot generate for the words in the reviews. Okay, and interpolation is equals to bilinear. Okay, and plot dot show. Let's just stop showing the axis. Okay, which was never closed. Okay, closing it now. See here, this is an image word cloud. It has been created for the words in the negative reviews. Okay, if you see here, so terrible is there, and performance, and worst, and movie and film. Of course it is a about movies and films, right? So we could see this movie and film is in big size, and we can see poor, boring, awful, bad, played, money. So all these kind of words will be used in the negative reviews, right? So now let's see for the positive ones. Okay, same way, reviews is equals to take all the words in the positive reviews, join word for word in date of text and date of sentiment equals to positive as type string and closing this one. So once we have all the words in the positive reviews, we have to create a word cloud for the same, right? So word cloud is equals to word cloud of height is equals to 600 and again same width is equals to 1000 and maximum font size is equals to 100. Okay, now plot dot figure of fixed size is equals to 15,12 and plot dot show of word cloud dot generate for the words in the positive reviews, which is reviews. Then interpolation is equals to bilinear. Oh, bilinear. Just closing this one. And reviews word plot next plot dot axis. Width of the axis and plot dot show. Okay, if you see here, same film and movie are highlighted in big fonts and perfect, original, pretty, acting, love, man, really good, great, well, episode, better, quite, so performance. So all these kind of words people have used in the IMDb reviews when they're talking positive about the movie. And if they're talking about the negative, if you see the negative words itself here itself, okay. Stupid, awful, bad, and all that stuff is there. And here it is, you could see great and well, performance. So all these things. So we can analyze based upon this word cloud. The beautiful thing about word cloud is it is not only give a beautiful image. In this beautiful image, you can find the insights, the particular word, how many times that particular, the weightage of the word with respect to the font size of that particular word in this image. I really kind of like it. Okay. Now it will be interesting. It will make our machine learning projects more interesting and it's kind of give a feel. Okay, great feel. Now we are done with this word cloud and we have the data. If you see here, I have observed one thing: sentiment is equals to positive and negative. Okay, and data is also there. So now we have all this text data. So but the model which we are going to use here is logistic regression, which will work on the statistical data, that means numerical data. So what we have to do is we have to convert our text data into numerical format, then we'll feed that data into our model. Okay, so that our model can work accurately. So let's convert this text data into numerical data. So how can we convert this reviews text data into numerical format is we have one thing called TF-ID vectorizer. So TF-ID vectorizer will convert the text data into numerical format. Okay, so it will be there in the scikit-learn. Okay, let's import that from scikit-learn dot feature extraction dot text import TF-ID vectorizer. Okay, and let's create a scalar TF-ID vectorizer and maximum features I'm going to restrict it to 2500, so we don't need more than that. So we got it. Now let's convert our data, reviews data, into the scalable format. Okay, to numerical format. Data of text cv dot fit underscore transform. Okay, data of text to array. Now our reviews are converted into the numerical format. Now in the same way, even the scales as well, right? This sentiment as well, positive or negative. So let's convert them into 0 and 1s. So if it is 0, that means negative. If it is 1, means positive. Okay. Data of sentiment is equals to data of sentiment dot replace what positive is there, negative is there, right? I'm going to convert them to 1 comma 0. Okay. Now see the distinct values in sentiment dot value counts. So instead of positive and negative, now it is showing zeros and ones. So now even we have converted the output as well into the numerical format, even the reviews as well into numerical format. Now our data is ready, so let's create a model for now. Okay, from sklearn dot linear model import logistic regression. Importing it, let's create a model. Model is equals to logistic regression model. Okay, now model dot fit with, we have to do the splitting, right? Now we have the data in one data set, we have to do the splitting of the data set into 80% of the data training data set and 20% into the test data set, right? Now let's do that data splitting. Okay, from sklearn dot model selection import train test split. Okay, so once we have this data, let's split it up. X underscore train reviews underscore train comma reviews underscore test data. Okay, and sentiment underscore train data, sentiment underscore test data will be taken with train test split, and reviews data will be there in the reviews set, right? And sentiment data, data of sentiment, and test size is equals to 0.2. so 80% of the data will be used for the training and 20% of the data will be used for the testing. Just pressing enter. Okay, now we have done the data splitting as well. So now we have to fit the data into our model. Okay, so model dot fit reviews underscore train sentiment underscore train. Okay, so our model has been created and it has been trained now. So now let's predict the values with our model. Predict is equals to model dot predict of what we are doing here, model dot predict is equals to model dot predict of train data, right? Reviews underscore train data test data. So we have predicted the values. Now let's check it out how accurately our model is working. So we'll draw the computation vector matrix. Okay, from sklearn dot matrix import, sorry, my bad, confusion matrix. So confusion matrix will give us the insights how accurately our model is working, actual values versus predicted values. Okay, text display. Okay, cm is equals to confusion matrix. First will be sentiment underscore test, with the predicted values of predict. Next, labels is equals to model dot classes. Okay, now what we are going to do is display confusion matrix display. Here confusion matrix is equals to CM, and display labels is equals to model dot classes. Okay, now plot dot figure equals to 10 comma 10. I don't think we would need for this one, and let's do that. Display dot plot dot show. Somewhere else it is missed. Okay, it has been moved. Yeah. Okay, here is the confusion matrix. So confusion matrix will give us the insights how many times our model had predicted correctly and how many times our model had been predicted wrongly. Okay, if you take the values as 0 and 0 here, right? So 87 values, actually those are the false values, negative reviews, and our model had predicted it as negative values only. But 18 false reviews, negative reviews, treated our model as a positive review. So that's where our model went wrong. Okay, and when it comes to positive reviews, 77 reviews which are actually positive, or model had been predicted it as a positive review only. But 18 times, even though it is a positive review, our model had predicted as a negative review. So this is the advantage of the confusion matrix. Okay, we can find out the insights how many times our particular model went right and how many times our model went right and how many times our model went wrong. Okay, now we have the model. Let's export this model and create a web application. Okay, model dot, we need the pickle, right? Save the model, import pickle as pk, and we have pk dot dump of model, saving it as load, then model dot pickle extension with the write binary access. Okay, see here our model had created a pickle file. Now let's go to the Visual Studio. There we are going to create a web application with the help of the Streamlit. Open folder, and here we are using movie review sentiment analysis. I'm selecting the folder. Okay, I'm just going to create a app.py file for this application. Okay, import pandas as pd basic libraries, and import pickle to import the model. Okay, so model is equals to pk dot load open, what is it, model dot pickle comma with the read binary access. Now our model is ready. Now let's import scikit-learn feature extraction. We need TF-ID vectorizer, right? Next we will import necessary libraries. We have the model. Now let's see what else we need. Feature extraction text, we need the vectorizer as well. Okay, from sklearn dot feature extraction dot text import TF-ID vectorizer, which will convert our text into the numerical format. Okay, so I'm importing streamlit. We need streamlit, right? Okay, streamlit.st, and so let's create a review input set text box, so that when user enters the review, so we will be getting that review text. Okay, st dot text input, of enter movie review. Okay, so once we have the review, we need to create a button. Okay, if st dot button has predicted. Okay, so once user enters this button, so it will be predicting the values. Predict of true. So far good. Let's run this one now. Streamlit run app.py. Okay, now it will open in the browser. Okay, so enter movie review predict. Going to change the settings here, so every time when we change source file, it will automatically rerun. Okay, now coming back to the Visual Studio, closing this one, we don't need this one. So now we have the model ready, so we have the TF-ID vectorizer. So we have to convert, once the user presses the button, predict button, so we have to convert this into numerical format first. So let's create a scalar for that. Scalar is equals to TF-ID vectorizer max features is equals to 2500 that we have given, and scalar dot fit underscore transform of our review. Okay, review scale is equals to dot to array. Okay, so once it has been created, now we have to pass it to the model dot predict of review score scale, and let's take it as a variable result equals to. Okay, now st dot write that model, write that variable st dot write of result. Okay, saving it, going here. Okay, now just to make sure I'm rerunning it again. It's done. This movie is really good. Okay, just click on predict. Okay, it is giving some iterable over raw text documents expected string object received. Let's check it out. Let's do one thing. This kind of cases, let's take the scalar as well. pk dot dump of taken TF-ID CV, right? Okay, CV comma open of scalar dot pickle comma wb. Okay, let's export this one, changing it to down. Okay, I've taken this one. Now here, similar way, let's import the scalar as well. Scalar is equals to pd.log of scalar.pickle. Okay, now we don't need these two things. We don't need especially this one. Okay, predict. Here I have to take this value review, right? Review correct scalar dot review of to array. Let's change it to fit underscore transform. Saving it. Now see here, text documents expected string object received. Okay, so that's the issue. So I have to use transform, not the fit and score transform, because we have taken the scalar directly, right? So now we are good. Review that to array. So whenever we are giving 0, what says once. Now we have to convert those numbers, right? Model if movie, if result of 0 equals to 0, then negative review, else st dot right, positive review. Okay, now so here is the final web application. Now let's type in the review. This movie is really good and performances are great. So it's considered as a positive review. Okay, and when I change this one to really boring and performances are awful, so it considered as a negative review. So our model is predicting the values properly. So whenever we enter any review, so it is predicting whether it is a positive review or negative review. This is how we can do the sentiment analysis. So here our sentiment analysis has been done on the movie reviews. So same model can be replicable or can be trained with the even Amazon product reviews or Flipkart comment reviews, or any social media comments or anything, which same thing can be applicable for everywhere. So this is how we can do that. So if you think our video is very useful, please do like and subscribe. Thanks for watching it.